Greetings fellow tank commanders. In this video I'm going to be showing you a game that I played with the Tiger 131. This is a tier 7 German premium heavy tank with preferential matchmaking. The game I'm playing is Team Destruction on Icebound with 1 artillery on the enemy team and 2 on my own. For this game my tank is equipped with a gun rammer, enhanced gun laying drive, and improved ventilation. All of these pieces of equipment enhance the gun performance, which is the most significant feature on the Tiger 131. I'm using my most experienced German crew, which has 16 crew skills and perks. I have my tank supplied with a large repair kit, large first aid kit, and chocolate. I started running chocolate when I hit my 2nd mark of excellence with the Tiger 131 as a way to be more competitive to get the 3rd mark of excellence. I found it helped, and the most significant improvement was to the accuracy, which is 0.36, and that's not as good as the other Tiger tanks like the Tiger 1 Hammer, which I also 3-marked. I took the chocolate off after I was done the grind, but I immediately regretted it. I really enjoy my Tiger style tanks, and that extra reliability just makes it that much more fun to use. Since I'm top tier here and the enemy hasn't shown a strong presence on this side of the map, I'm making an aggressive flanking maneuver here on the 2 tier 6s. And although it's risky to overextend like this so early in the game, it's in these situations that the Tiger 131 really gets to shine. I have a 4.35 second reload, which just allows me to rip apart these lightly armored targets. And this is just free damage for me. It's a fantastic way to start off the game. But I'm cheated a kill here because I'm auto-locked on the back of that Sherman Jumbo, and I get a super unlucky bounce there. That's a little careless of a mistake, and that'll cost me my first kill. The enemy has shown a strong presence on the other side of the map, so I'm going to reposition over to them. Now, one thing I want to point out about my grind for the 3 mark on the Tiger 131 is that I had to be ridiculously aggressive for a Tiger tank. I found most of the time I was having to lead the charge and use my hit points to find efficient ways to trade damage. Usually with the Tiger style tanks I like to play a little more on the passive side and use the reliable guns to wear down the enemy from a little bit of a distance before charging in. But with the 131 I found I was having to be as aggressive as possible from the very start of the game, otherwise I wouldn't be able to get enough damage to go up in the damage standing. This will be partly due to the preferential matchmaking of only fighting tier 7 and 8 enemies, which the Tiger 131 doesn't really have a problem fighting, but it might have also been from other players' game styles that week. Although I'm only fighting tier 5 tanks here, I'm not going to move out into the middle of this circle where the enemy could have caught me in a crossfire. I'm trying to be active but cautious here. I've been able to get some easy damage so far and only taking a little bit myself, and I want to keep it that way. This game is moving quite fast, so I've got to pick up my pace here and find some more targets. I'm trying to head towards the largest concentration of enemies which I can see, that's off to my left. And I'm keeping my circle map here so that I can have better orientation in the city. I find the circle mini-map helps me keep track of flanking enemies better in close quarters situations. And now I get to do another flanking maneuver with the 131 and unleash its full fury. And let's add to the damage with some ramming speed. This Chi-Ri looks a little surprised, don't you think? He wasn't expecting me to come up from behind, and he's even having trouble locking onto my position. And I even get to dodge that shot. No way I'm letting this tank destroyer get away. That's more easy shots on the back of an enemy. Get back here, you. Now it's time to keep the momentum of the game and press our slight advantage. I've had some very fortunate tactical situations in this game. It's allowed me to work around my teammates and take full advantage of the Tiger 131's damage per minute. At the same time, it's the late game and I've managed to hold on to the majority of my hit points. I was having a little trouble here finding targets to get damage on. The enemies are tucked in quite well to the terrain here, but I'm able to sneak some shots in on this Sherman Jumbo. Here I was noticing that a medium tank was sneaking up on the mini-map to my right. It seems like my other teammates had tunnel vision and were focusing on the Hellcat and artillery, This gives me the opportunity to engage a full health tier 7 medium tank by myself, which offers an abundance of hit points to help me finish off the game. This is one of the main benefits to holding on to your hit points. I wish I had to switch to my APCR shells at the start of the engagement, because I was just taking snapshots on the move here, and so I wasn't able to aim for any weak spots. And when you're trying to 3-mark a tank, you don't have the luxury of letting a bunch of shots bounce off the enemy. I know I have the hit points to out-trade with this Panther tank, and so I'm charging forward without any thought to my personal safety. At this point, it's just damage, damage, damage. An extra ram speeds up the process and keeps the Panther tank still. And that gives me the last kill to finish off the game. Now let's check the post-game stats and see how I did. For this game, I managed to earn 88,000 silver without any multipliers, remembering that I paid for chocolate and a few APCR shells. I earned 3,984 experience without any multipliers. That adds on some nice crew XP for me. In this game, I dealt 5,229 damage, assisted with 119 damage, and destroyed 6 enemies while blocking 500 damage. This earned me high caliber, steel wall, top gun, and unfortunately only a mastery badge 2. And most importantly, it gave me a good jump on my damage standing. If I remember correctly, it was just over 1%. I placed at the top of my team, earning a base XP of 2,213. I managed to hit 30 of my 37 shots and penetrate 25 of those. Those stats aren't as reliable as I'd like to show for the Tiger 131, but I did take a few careless shots and a lot of the game was on the move. I didn't do much in terms of crew and module damage. I injured the radio operator in the Sherman Jumbo, damaged the fuel tank in the SC-152, injured the gunner in the T-1 Heavy, and damaged the turret and injured the radio operator in the Chi-Ri. Well, that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing that game with the Tiger 131, as well as the insight on what it was like to 3-mark the tank. I got some lucky situations which I was able to take advantage of throughout the game, and I hope to share more epic games like this with the Tiger 131 in the future. Stay tuned for more awesome World of Tanks videos.